What is up, everyone?
Hi.
Welcome back to another movie review. Today I had to do a movie review because we watched the Snyder Cut of Justice League.
Wow.
And we'll get into the review, but I had to do a review, and because she watched it with me and we're both fans, as you can see, we thought, okay, let's review this movie. She agreed to do it again.
Hey.
Review a movie, not the other thing you dirty thinking. But okay, let's let's get into this. Alright, so to start off with, if you have seen the theatrical cut of Justice League, compared to the Snyder cut, it is absolute bullcrap, and
Yep.
it's not a good movie.
Not at all.
It's honest opinion, seriously. I mean,
I agree.
the new one is 4 hours and 2 minutes, but the nice thing is Zack Snyder was kind enough to divide it into 6 parts. So you can watch part 1 to 3, take a break, watch parts 4 to 6. And you'll still feel like you watched a good movie.
Yes.
Even if you break it up into 2 parts. We couldn't break it up into 2 parts because the minute that part 3 hit, we were like, no, we want to see what happens next.
But you know what? It didn't even feel like 4 hours.
It was like Endgame, you know? Endgame was
like
3
that.
hours, and this is an hour longer, and it was the same experience. So I think it's safe to say that if you're a fan of DC and you're a fan of Zack Snyder, you will like this movie.
Definitely.
Alright, so to start off with, maybe we should talk about the actual story. The theatrical cut for me, to be honest, I didn't even know there was a longer cut, and that's what Zack intended since the beginning. But as we watched it, my first comment to her was, this movie feels gappy. It feels like there's a lot of stuff missing when you watch this movie. You know, it's kind of like you sit there and you're like, okay, this scene was maybe supposed to have more impact, so what was missing from the scene? And that was already for me kind of like a letdown, you know? And then, you know, the way that the Justice League ended was cool, but it could have been way better.
Yep.
And you know, that's why when we were done with Justice League, I remember telling her, you know, I expected way more from this movie. I feel a little bit let down. But, you know, it was still a Justice League movie, and everyone wanted a Justice League movie.
Yeah, but it was very underwhelming.
Yeah. So going to the theatrical cut of Zack Snyder, from minute 10, I was way more invested than the first movie.
Yeah.
Because without giving spoilers, stuff happened, you know, that kind of introduces new aspects of the film to you, new aspects of the characters to you.
Yeah.
There's a lot more background story for each character in this movie
I love that.
than the first movie. It's like when she watched the first movie, she had a lot of questions about Cyborg.
Yeah.
This movie explained everything without me having to explain the whole comic book to her.
And I love that.
So that was really cool. I love the fact that they gave Cyborg a story. What was your favorite part of the new story? Without giving too much spoilers.
I liked Wonder Woman's part as well. Like her little, what do you call it? How they just explained everything.
Her background story,
Yes.
basically,
And
for this movie.
Because I am a big Wonder Woman fan.
The biggest.
So I really loved that. But like you said, Cyborg, I remember watching it and I was like, with the first movie, I felt nothing for Cyborg, honestly, because there was no, like, almost an emotional connection like you do when you watch a movie. You get attached to the characters. That didn't happen with him with the first one, but it happened with the second one, or the actual one.
Yeah.
The Zack Snyder
the
one.
cut we deserved to get from the beginning.
So that for me was already like a big plus, because I didn't know anything about him in the first one, and now I know a lot about him.
So just for the sake of people who haven't seen the new cut already, the theatrical cut on the story, I'd give it about a 6 out of 10.
I agree.
The Snyder cut, a 9 out of 10.
Yes.
a definite 9
It is
because
so much better.
there's just way too much that you guys missed in the theatrical cut.
It's actually unfair how much we missed.
That's true.
Oh,
That's
wow.
true. All right. Next, I think we'll go into what we usually do with the directing. I'm a Snyder fan. Zack Snyder has the movies that he's made. You know, let's just take 300 for example. Very good movie. The way that it was directed. You know, and him going into the DC universe, I knew it was going to be a winning recipe because Man of Steel was just brilliant.
Wow, yes.
I loved Man of Steel. I'm a Superman fan. I'm a Henry Cavill fan. And him working with Zack was just like, okay, this is going to be good. And it was good. I enjoyed the Man of Steel movie. I think for the cut that we actually had to see, the 4-hour cut, I would give his directing on this one a 9 out of 10 as well. Because, you know, the way that it was filmed and the way that, you know, a lot of the CGI and stuff in the movie was done is also kind of better than the theatrical cut. You actually see a lot more of Steppenwolf in this movie than you did in the first one. You know, Steppenwolf kind of felt like a side character and he was the main villain. And in this one, you actually get to see why he's doing what he's doing and what his reason behind it is. And, you know, the introduction of Darkseid that we all knew was coming. It was awesome. It was really cool. It was worth it.
Yeah.
So yeah, the directing a 9. What do you think?
A 9 sounds so high, but a 8 is way too low. So yeah, a 9. I agree.
All right, now the most fun part of all, the movie as a whole. So theatrical cut riddled with plot holes, riddled with a whole lot of character inaccuracies because they couldn't introduce the stuff that he wanted to introduce from the beginning. And, you know, just plainly a very boring movie. I really thought the theatrical cut was boring.
It really disappointed me.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that I felt was missing from the movie. Now we know why. What I loved about this one was, you know, the attention to detail that was paid to each character's own unique story going into this battle was amazing. And, you know, Superman, the minute that he's back, you know, I lost my shit. just to be honest.
It's like goosebumps.
I was so surprised at how this whole story kind of just erupted into something amazing. And, you know, the whole kind of team dynamic that was finally introduced that we didn't get from the first one was top notch. You know, you get a lot more background of Aquaman as well. If you watch this one before you watch Aquaman, a lot of things make more sense in Aquaman as well. So
that's true.
There's another thing. If you haven't watched Aquaman, watch this one first. Trust me. Other than all of those things, I would say that the theatrical cut is also a bit darker than the original the Snyder cut is darker than the original theatrical cut, but not in such a way that it's depressing. There's still some humor brought in, especially from Flash.
Yes, I love Flash.
I have to be honest, the TV's Flash, Grant Gustin, I loved him. I thought he was brilliant. In the theatrical cut, I thought Ezra Miller maybe could have done a better job. I was so damn wrong. I apologize, Ezra Miller, because in this cut, there's a whole scene devoted to Flash and how his humor works. And it was awesome.
Awesome.
And not just because of the humor. I mean, what happens with, you know, the whole thing. And then it is such a cool scene. So really, the Flash is the comic relief in this movie, and I'm so glad that they stuck to his personality in the comics because I was laughing in that scene. It was good.
Yeah.
So I really think that the movie as a whole deserves an 8 out of 10, where I would say the theatrical cut deserves like a 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
What do you say?
I would actually give the movie a 9. I really enjoyed it. Like, with me, like 2 hours is already a long movie for me. And I was like, I'm definitely going to fall asleep. But the movie was so good. even though I was really tired because we finished like after midnight, it was so good. I couldn't close my eyes. I enjoyed it so much. It was an awesome movie.
Yeah, that's true. I was also a bit tired, but I just couldn't go to sleep.
And I think it's really unfair that we had to wait so long for the actual vision that Zack Snyder had with this thing, because it's so much better than what the production company, who is it that said that he has to?
I'm not sure how it worked, but he was stopped to put his full vision on there, and that was a dumbass decision.
I don't understand that. That was a mistake.
So
good.
I would say, okay, she gives it a 9, I give it an 8, but it's good. Anything above a 7 is good. So it's one of those movies that you have to have the time to watch it, but if you take the time and watch the movie, you're not going to be Disappointed, especially if you're a DC fan, and especially if you're a Zack Snyder or a Ben Affleck or a Henry Cavill or whoever one of the main characters is. If you're a fan of them, you'll love the movie.
Yes.
I mean, even Aquaman, that's not maybe okay. Ever since Jason Momoa played him, is the most popular character. I wonder why, ladies. But you know, even Aquaman is not one of the heroes that you always hear people talking about. You even get more invested into his character in this movie than you maybe what you did in Aquaman itself.
Yes.
So it's just a great movie. I hope you guys want to see this movie. If you have seen the movie, let me know in the comments, because if you have, you're pretty awesome. If you haven't seen it yet, get yourself a cut of this movie. You need to see it.
You need to see this.
It is streaming on HBO. If you guys have that, check it out. You won't be sorry. And I guess that's all for me for this week. If you guys have a specific what the hell happened to my mouth there? That's what she said. If you guys have a specific movie you want me to review, let me know in the comments. I'd be glad to do it. If you guys have any movies that you don't want me to review, don't tell me. I'm kidding. If you guys have any series that you'd like me to review, I can start doing that. I mean, anything is fine as long as it's to do with movies or television. Great. What do you guys, if you've seen this movie, what do you guys think is better, the theatrical cut or the Snyder cut? Something, because a lot of people said that the Snyder cut is better, but there are some people claiming that the theatrical cut was better. Those people are absolute idiots, but you know, but let me know what you guys enjoyed more.
Yes.
And let us know who your favorite Justice League hero is. That'd be interesting to find out from you guys.
Who's yours?
You're wearing his shirt right now.
Mine is Superman.
Yeah, she's a Superman fan. Not because Henry Cavill took off his shirt at all. But yeah, she's a Superman fan. Go follow my social media links. Give me a follow. You guys would love the content. I do a lot of superhero related content on TikTok these days. You guys would enjoy that if you're into it. And I will see you guys next week with another video. Peace.
Bye.